Hello again.
Hey. What a sound, man.
Yeah, what a great pedal. This is the Old Blood Noise Endeavours Procession Reverb. And it's kind of like all their stuff. It's kind of something kind of straightforward that then goes into something really quirky if you wanted to. It's basically a reverb that has a modulation kind of side to it that you don't have to use if you don't want to, but you can. You can turn it off completely. Or so. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, that was obviously the tremolo side too.
That's a tremolo. So that's you can have a. It's got 3 settings. It's got a flanger, a filter, and a trem modulation setting.
Yeah, cool.
So before we start, quickly, I'm playing a Fender Jazzmaster Elvis Costello signature model with custom wound Mick Brearley Jazzmaster pickups in it, a slightly lower output than his normal vintage set, and mastery bridge.
Yeah, cool. I have a blue guitar. That's cool. This is a Laravel that's all stock with P90s. And yeah, it's really lovely guitar.
And as always, we're going into the Seriatone OTS Mini 20, which is a Dumble kind of clone.
Yeah. Cool.
Into an ISO cab with Celestion Greenback.
Yeah.
I'll get it right one time. Alright, so we have 4 knobs. We have a speed and depth knob. Now that's only for the modulation side, and if you turn it all the way down, you completely turn the modulation side off.
Sure.
Then you have the 2 knobs down the bottom. You have a mix knob and a reverb knob. So mix is your wet and dry. All the way off is just straight dry tone. All the way on is 100% wet, and you can sort of blend it in. Then you have your reverb setting, which is just the amount of reverb, basically. You also have 2 buttons here, so you have a hold switch where you can actually, you strum a chord, you push that button, it holds it. You can still affect all the, you can change all the settings, all the knobs as you're holding it, and then you can play over it.
Oh, that's cool.
So let's hang on. Let's start with clean sounds.
Cool.
So let's start with just the reverb side of things. Actually, you start off your clean sounds.
Sure.
Okay. So just reverb. So it goes from you can get quite a big reverb, but you can also, if you bring it down a bit, it's almost like a springy kind of reverb. Yeah, it almost kind of has that kind of springy sound to it.
Yeah.
And then as you turn it up, it just turns into a big sort of hall reverb kind of. Quite a lot of reverb there.
Yeah, it gets fairly long, which is cool.
Yeah. Okay, so now what we can start doing is we can start bringing in the modulation side. So we heard the trem at the start. Let's do some more trem. So that's just on the reverb, right?
Cool. Yeah.
So now let's try. So that was the trem setting. So you can go from quite a slow trem to quite a fast trem. Filter.
That's pretty wild.
just adds kind of like just a filter sweep that just goes through, and you can pretty much change the you can change the kind of almost the frequency of the filter sort of to a certain degree,
like how wide
it goes, and yeah, and the speed and everything. All right, last one, Flanger.
Hey. How extreme will the flanger go?
Well.
If we turn down the reverb to like the length of reverb. Just turns it into a flanger.
Turns it into a flanger. So that's the 3 different settings, and then you can. The other cool thing, actually, and I should do that now quickly as well.
Do you want to have a play?
Yeah, okay, I'll have a play.
The holds.
The holds. So let's stand on the flanger one, for example. So you can actually hold it down, and as you're holding it down, you can still change all the parameters. Okay. So it'll freeze a chord. So if I play a chord. Until you change that.
Okay.
Yes. So let's try that again. And then just decays as you let it go. So the only thing is, once you press hold, what you're playing over is unaffected. So it's a dry signal that goes through.
Okay, cool.
But there's tons of good things you can do with it. It's one of those ones you got to sit down and play with it for a while to find something that you really like. And it is one of those pedals that the more kind of quirky sounds you're looking for, you'll definitely find them on there. So it's not something, if you want a nice, straightforward reverb, maybe don't get that. I mean, it's quite nice. It's not a bad sounding straightforward reverb.
Like,
you know,
we'll do a nice but also because it does so many weird and wonderful things, you can get so many great sounds out of it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a one-trick pony at all.
Definitely not a one-trick pony. And like I always say with those guys, I really like the stuff they're making. There's probably some more of their stuff coming soon too. Yeah, there's always tons of things you can do with it. They make pedals, so you know it's not just a pedal you turn on and it always sounds the same. You can do lots and lots of different things with it. Absolutely. And if you're into sort of ambient kind of guitar, soundscape sort of stuff, their pedals are perfect.
If you just want something slightly left to centre.
Yeah. Or quite far left of the centre. If you,
way left.
So it goes from slightly left to very, very, very left of the centre. Yeah. But it's a great pedal. It feels quite solidly built, fairly good quality as well.
And what's the graphics? Are they zombies?
Yeah, I think it's some sci-fi thing. It's a procession. It's a bunch of people walking somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, they've got cool graphics. They've got cool. If you ever check out their YouTube channel too, they've got very interesting videos on how demoing the pedals and interesting company anyway.
Yeah.
If you guys want to send us some stuff, yeah.
It's worth a shot.
Worth a shot, especially the Horned Fuzz. I don't have that one, so if you want to send us that, cool. Yeah, so that's anything else? Anything you want to do?
Don't think so.
So that's a Procession reverb from Old Blood Noise Endeavours. Go and buy it. It's a great, great product. Cool. That's it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Was that alright?
Yeah, it's good. Definitely get more relaxed. Like we're just getting in the flow now.
Should we do one?